it's Nicola Bird here from alittlepeaceofmind.co.uk. And today in the A to Z of sanity, we are on the letter F, and F is for feelings today. Now, this is just something really simple that I wanted to share with you today. But our feelings don't tell us what we think they're telling us. Now, what I mean by that is we can have a really strong feeling of fear, and we think it's telling us that the situation that we're facing is really dangerous. And what I want to suggest, or what I'd love you to consider, is that all that feeling is telling us is that we're not thinking clearly right now in this moment. So let me explain what I mean by that. So as our level of, the speed of our mind speeds up, right? As our mood starts to get anxious or angsty, one of the things that happens is that as we get caught up in our thinking, our feelings start to shift and change, right? That's how we know we're getting caught up in thought, right? So our mind starts to busy up with worry and thought. And alongside that, our feelings start to go south. So we start to feel sad or depressed or tense or anxious or worried, right? That tightness that we feel. And what happens is that our thinking gets predictably distorted in that space. So in that space, it looks like there's an immediate danger, that it's urgent, that we need to do something about it, and that there's something in front of us that we need to manipulate, change or fix, or our thinking we need to manipulate, change or fix. There's something we need to do to change something so that we can be okay. They are the classic hallmarks of being caught up in your thinking, right? But when we are caught up in our thinking, it just looks like that's true, right? That is true. There is a problem, there is something to do, and I need to do it now, and I need to figure it out, and I'm not going to leave it alone until I do. So I'm going to keep worrying my thought over, and I'm going to start feeling worse and worse and worse, and then that's going to encourage me to lean into it even more. Before we know it, we've been up all night long worrying, right? Worrying over trying to solve a problem. Now, that's because we've always thought that the stronger the feeling, the more true the thought is. And actually what we're pointing to, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I'd love you to go and watch that. What we're pointing to is actually that feeling, all it's doing is telling us that our thinking is speeded up. And it's telling us that everything we think right now is predictably distorted, and there is nothing of use to be had here in this mindset, right? Nothing at all. It's like, I'll put a video near this video. It's like we're drunk, but we think we're sober. And so now we're trying to navigate the world, like not really fully with it, but we think we're totally sober and clear. So we're going to try and do whatever we know to do, when any outsider can see, yeah, you're drunk, you want to back off a little bit. It's similar with our minds. We're like predictably start thinking in a certain way and acting in a certain way when we get caught up in thought. Now, if you're willing to consider this, it's really cool, because we start to see that instead of trying to fight with our feelings, right? Many of us are trying not to feel worried. Instead of trying to fight with our feelings, we find a sense of gratitude for our feelings, because it's so cool that we have this built-in system that lets us know that our thinking is distorted right now. So best we just ignore ourselves for a little bit. And as we start to settle back down, which we always do because settle down is the default, we have a different perspective on life. Things look not as bad as they did, right? Things look clearer. There's a sense of calmness and peace and a knowing what to do from a settled mind that just doesn't exist when we're caught up in thought. And how you know whether you're caught up in thought or not is the feeling. So we're built with this amazing system of feelings. So really simple. You have a thought, you have an experience. If you take a second just to check in with the feeling that you're experiencing, if you're feeling urgent, worried, stressed and scared, then you're best off just ignoring yourself for a little while as best you can. Engage with the life that's right there in front of you. Drink the cup of tea that's in front of you. Look at the garden that's in front of you. Watch the film that you're supposed to be watching. Engage back on with life as best you can. And next time you think to take a look, you might notice that your feelings settled back down. And now you have a wider perspective on what's really going on. Now we think that, yeah, but what if there really is a danger, right? And I really do need to react in the moment. Like, what if they close all the shops and everyone starts, I don't know, fighting with each other in the streets? Or like, how will I know if I'm not, like, if I get really scared in those moments, that'll help me, right? And the thing is that whenever there is a moment of true urgency and emergency, we all know this because we've all had this experience. The system is brilliant. All thought vanishes. All feeling vanishes. And we're left with crystal clear clarity, right? There is nothing that your mind can have thought of in terms of what to do. There is crystal clear clarity. Something beyond us just moves in and moves us this way and that, right? What we're doing when we're continually getting caught up in thought is like we're scanning the environment for saber-toothed tigers. If I don't look, if I don't worry, how will I know when there's a saber-toothed tiger? Believe me, if a saber-toothed tiger walked into your room right now, there would be something, you would know exactly what to do in that moment, right? Even if it's, I don't know, it's never happened. But you would know, right? There's a crystal clear clarity. Now, you can rely on the fact that that thing will show up if there really is a clear and present danger. But most of us right now are not in clear, immediate, present danger in this moment as you're watching this video, right? I can pretty much guarantee you're not right in this moment. So if you're feeling scared, if you're feeling fearful and you're sitting in the middle of that feeling, that's fine. Me too, all of us too. But I know the difference is that I have a different relationship with my experience now, where I know that if my feeling is going crazy, my thoughts are telling me nothing of any use whatsoever, even though they look really, really, really true. And that's incredibly helpful for me as I'm navigating life at the moment. So I hope that makes sense to you. Let me know what you think if you're enjoying these videos. And we'll be back with another video for you shortly. Tomorrow, in fact. See you then. Bye.